Welcome back to L&B Lab. My name's Anton, I'll be your professor for this tutorial, and today we're going to be tackling something special, the LEGO Jaws kit. Unlike our beginner's guide, this one's for builders who want to level up their lighting skills just a little bit more. We'll be working with multi-step sub-assemblies, hidden cable management, and some advanced techniques using things like tethers, docks, and belts to create a dramatic movie scene. Grab your L&B light kit, follow along, and let's light up Jaws. So in the previous tutorial, we did a light and build, whereas in this one, we're going to be doing a light after build because we've already got the set here with us and it's already built. First things first, let's rip open L&B bag 1 and bag 3. Inside these, you'll find the lighting components as well as Lego pieces designed for the set. You'll also use Lego pieces from the set itself, so keep them handy. Before we do any of the lighting, we're going to actually need to remove some pieces from the Lego set. These pieces will be outlined in red inside your guide, meaning that we need to remove them before you install any of the lights. So on step 6, we're actually going to be taking some Lego pieces from L&B bag 3 and installing them on the base as shown in the guide. Next up, we're going to be removing the shark and the boat from the set just to make it a bit easier to install the lights later on. So we're going to push these to the side and make a start on the boat. We're going to remove the top section and add some lights. We're going to have a look now inside our pile for an Astrolight warm white. The code for that is AR-WW15. Once that's done, we're actually going to be grabbing a clear stud from the pile as well, because that's what we're going to use to fix the light to this sub-assembly. So now we're going to be adding lights to the sides of this sub-assembly. On the right side, we've got an AR-G15 going in, so that's an Astrolight green. And then on the left, we've got an AR-R15, which is an Astrolight red. Fun tip, guys, the studs that we use, they've actually got a little notch in them. So when you've got your cable and you're going to put it inside the stud, you want to line it up so that it runs through that little cutout, and then it's going to be super slim and sleek when you put it in your set. So we've just placed our Astrolight on this side of the build. We're going to be taking this cable now and running it through a couple studs here and placing one of the Lego pieces on top to hide the cable, because that's how we normally like to hide stuff, to make sure everything looks pretty neat in our set. So now that we've got this little sub-assembly rotated, we're actually going to be adding some tethers to fix down these cables. We're going to be using a 1x3 tether as well as a 1x4 tether. So we've fixed down the cables. Now we're going to be grabbing the Micromedia light and just attaching it to the 1x3 tether. We're also going to be adding a 5cm belt onto the Micromedia light. All right, so belts in, we're going to need to find somewhere to plug these into. So we're going to grab a 3 dock and put it on the 1x4 tether. So we put in the belts and the lights. We're going to grab a 50cm belt to put into a dock later on in the guide. So we've put that top section on, and now we're going to run this belt through this section here and hide it with the tiles that we took off before. Okay, so that's all done. We're going to put the boat to the side now and going to start working on the base. So like at the beginning of this tutorial, we're going to start taking some pieces off the base so we can make room for the lights. You might find that at the top left-hand side of the instructions on each page, that's normally where we place our rotate symbol. So keep an eye out for those and it'll help you with orientating your kit in front of you. So we've got our disassembled pieces in a pile over here. We're going to be opening up L&B bag 2 and putting some spotlights in on the corners of this base. So to create the spotlight, we're going to be grabbing an AR-CW30, which is an Astro Regular Cool White light, as well as some of the Lego pieces from the L&B bag that we've just opened. Got our spotlight here. We're going to be taking a piece out of our Lego pieces that we've removed previously. It's going to be this one. And then we're going to put our spotlight on top of it and placing it down where the guide shows us. So now placing another spotlight right next to what we've just put down. So we're going to be taking some Lego pieces now that we've previously removed, and we're going to be using those to fix the cables down to the base. So we've just replaced some of the previous pieces that we've removed. Those are all on, and now we're going to rotate the build and add in our spotlights on this section here as per the guide. So the logic behind how we hide and fix cables to Lego sets is we'll often remove a piece from the set, we'll lay the cable in between the studs, and then we'll put the piece back on the set, taking advantage of the slimness of the cables and keeping everything very well hidden. So reaching step 109, we're going to be grabbing our 6 dock as well as our Eclipse. Now this dock has 6 ports for lights and 2 ports for belts, which is similar to the 3 dock that we used before, which has only 3 ports for lights and 2 ports for belts. After we place our docks, we're also going to be placing our Eclipse next to it to help with cable management. With everything set up now, it's time for the final assembly. So we're going to grab the shark and place it where we removed it from earlier. Now we're going to grab our boat, put it back into position, and then we're going to grab our belt that's coming off the side of the boat and plugging it back into the 6 dock over here. So we're going to grab a flux converter as well as a belt, plugging it into the 6 dock over here so we can power the light kit. Now that we've finished our final step, all that's left to do is grab our power bank and light this up. I don't think we're going to need a bigger boat. From cinematic spotlights to immersive water effects, we've transformed this LEGO draw set into a display-worthy masterpiece. So this LEGO set was super fun to light up, and I hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments and don't forget to like and subscribe.